Men are not strong enough to handle the sexual past of a woman they love. This is not a debate. All right, so your sexual past could be anything. Your sexual past could be one person. It could be uh, porn, superstar history. But dudes, no dude that I've ever come across is really tripping about a few dudes. So this to me means she has to be talking about literally just you were just out there and just running them up, for lack of a better phrase. So let's go into the comments, but I really don't understand why this is even a issue. Like, how many different ways are women going to constantly go, yeah, I know men don't like this, but I'm going to pretend like they're supposed to like this because I should be controlling their preference should be whatever I want, but then my preference should also be whatever I want. Why are y'all trying to control other people's preference? I don't understand this. I women, y'all have, and I might make a separate video for this, but y'all seem to have the most complaints in this sexual marketplace than men do, but yet y'all have more freedom and options. That shit, that's those two are not supposed to go together. Let's go look. Let's see all the people patting her on the back. And yeah, girl, you know they can't handle what they dish out. You know. Here's the thing: men love harder than women. Or where's she going with this? Now it seems like she's going to be on men's side. Interesting to see. If he truly loves you, you're on a pedestal, and that's just a fact. Men cannot emotionally handle the woman they have on a pedestal being anything other than how they perceive them to be. I said what I said. Okay, so what she just said right there is, well, this is my assumption. It sounds like she's saying men put women on the pedestal that they love, and they assume that she was this sweet little innocent non-whore, right? So when she turns out to actually be a hoe, it's like, and she smashed the homie, it's like, oh, that's a heartbreaker for us. Well, I wouldn't go as far as say it's sweet little innocent, but I mean, if the person you did fuck is kind of lingering around me, it is kind of annoying, and not something I really want. It's I don't really know how to explain it off the top of my head, but it's just like my friend fucked my girl. It's just a weird thing for me. You can't even handle her laughing at another man's joke, but you mean to tell me you could? Man, I mean, how is she laughing at the joke? Yes, that matters. If a dude tells a joke and he's like, that's like saying I can't take you to a comedy show. You know what I mean? If the joke and if the interaction was kind of a flirtatious reaction, then yes, it's like, what the fuck was that? People are possessive over the people that they're in a relationship with. I don't know why people try to make that not a thing. It's going to, that's it. It's a thing. It's always going to be a thing. Fellas, if the woman you love told you she only had one sexual partner, but she loved for him to piss and shit on her, would you be able to handle it? Eh, I mean, is that any worse than her catching face shots? Is it? I mean, we already have to. We are. There's no going back, and everybody has one partner. So if you got a girl, she has had shit done to her sexually. So I mean, you saying piss and shit, I mean, is it really? But why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me that? Like I said before, when this body count issue thing came out by women, mind you, y'all the ones who brought the shit to mainstream. I didn't even realize that I've never asked a woman her body count because it just never occurred to me that I need to ask for your sexual history. So I don't think I would be asking. I don't think I would set her up to tell me she got shit and pissed on by her one partner. That's So chances are she's volunteering this information, and that makes me, for one, I'm going to think she wants me to do that. And I'm not into pissing and shitting on anyone. Um, Secondly, I'm going to think that she still thinks about this. And if you still think about it and I'm not doing it, probably should end it. So that is actually, in that scenario, very important to know. And that does matter. Oh my God, how many times she gonna respond to herself? I'd like to note a key phrase here: a woman they love. Also, there was no statement about her being a hoe. Not sure why that assumption was made. She could have had one sexual partner but was into BDSM, humiliations, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but being a hoe is on the table because we're talking about being able to handle her past. If she was a hoe, chances are you're not going to be able to handle her past. Well, depending on who you are. Because I know a lot of dudes say they want a hoe because for some reason, apparently, that's the only way y'all can do freaky shit if she was a hoe. She didn't do freaky shit before she became a hoe. She needed like 30,000 body counts before she said, you know what? I'm going to do hoe shit. I'm going to do freaky shit now. Apparently. Because that's the reasoning with some dudes when they say this. So if you want to lower or just have no standards as far as body count, just do that. I don't understand people. We live in a land of freedom, the time of freedom. Speaking sexually, everybody's free to do whatever they want. It bugs me when people use terrible logic to have something or to justify something that they want to do. You don't have to. Like, we don't care about what random people want to do with their sex life. But when you use terrible logic, it's like, all right, you're lying. Why do you care? Because you're fucking lying. So that's why the whole thing came up. Y'all meet a couple little boys and swears, oh man, so here we go. Little boys. So a guy being picky about his partner's sexual history, he's a little boy. Because he should be able, it does not matter what she done before you should not care. I should not care about how she handled herself. Should she care about how I handled me? Remember, and I'm always going to bring this up when this issue comes up, because it's very fucking relevant. What is Tank? Was it Tank? Whatever old R&B singer said something about sucking dick twice, that'll make him gay. Right? That they went ham on him for that. But that would be that man's sexual past. Right? Right? All right then. So don't say because you want to know your partner's sexual past that you're a little boy. Let's stop the bullshit, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That's because we know y'all lying about it. I know for me, it's not the actual past. It's how far my imagination goes with the possibility of the truth. Just come out and tell me the truth about the 148 dudes you fucked. I'll take it a lot better than the 4 you're going to say. Let's see what they said to him. It's definitely 3 in my past and 2 I was hunting on before I lost my V card. Y'all just want us to tell a fake truth. The answer is always 4, bro. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why you knowing 148 then. Even if you tell me 148, because the way y'all speak about it, I'm always going to think your number's a lie. Again, when I told this to a chick I was messing around with, I brought this issue up. She said, why do you care? I could just lie. Why? If your past is too much for you, how the fuck can it be just for me? If it's not that big of a deal, why the fuck can't you tell me? Think about that. If it's too much for you, how can it not be too much for me? Agree. A woman he loves. Because if he truly loves her, he can handle the thought of her making love to anyone else, past or present. If a man doesn't love a woman, it doesn't bother him. Plain and simple. The end. I mean, yeah, y'all say that now. I'm seeing two women so far say that now. But then that begs the question: why would you put yourself in a position to a guy who truly would love you would have any type of disgust for you? Are y'all realizing or admitting that you understand you're sacrificing a passionate relationship for passionate lust? Are y'all admitting that right now? That y'all understand that? A woman found a series of poems I wrote for a girl when I was young because she was picking up things around the house, and I forgot I had written them and that I had even had a notebook. She cried and that I never felt that strongly about her. We were living together. That's an excellent analogy. Ladies, again, you want us to be just whatever about a body that came from 1,000 dudes, but yet a dude give you a ring he had from his ex. It's a problem. One, she didn't even have to wear it. He could have just bought it, wanted to propose to her, didn't go through with it, and now he used the same ring for you. But this vagina has had how many dicks? Can't handle a non-finger? The fuck out of here. Everybody has a past. It is what it is. Shrugs. You know, that doesn't have to be the case, though. That doesn't have to be the case. We're making that the case because we just want to be, have fun. We are trying to extend childhood for as long as we possibly can, and we think there are no consequences with that. And I'm not talking about just sex here. I'm sidetracking a little bit. We really won't think that people can have fun and be kids until they're like 35, 40, and we really think people are just going to be adults after that. That's not how that works. If you don't start with getting a child to understanding that they're going to be an adult from very young and teaching them what a fucking adult is. A lot of us don't even know that adult is more than just you go to work and you pay bills and then you blow some money or some shit. That's really what adulting is for a lot of people today. I agree. Most men I know can't handle a woman having fucked a guy they have to see or even having a train ran on her. Men want women to be freaks but want to overlook the fact that she had to start somewhere in order to become one. Why does she have to start? This is what I don't understand. I need you to fuck him, and him for me. And then this whole having a train ran on her. Listen, I don't even like running trains. So why am I supposed to be okay with this shit? Why? Why am I supposed to be okay with a porn star? Why can't that bother me? Why can't her being let's say she was a literal hoe, like she used to collect cash for blowjobs? Why can't that bother me? Are y'all fucking serious? False statement. Most men would have made it a fact. Huh? What the fuck? Oh, debate. He missed. Okay. I just focus on the present and prepare for the future. And you know where her past isn't my business at all. I never asked. Your girlfriend's past isn't your business at all. Do y'all realize how moronic you sound? People, actions, all action isn't literally just something you just do and then it's nothing else. When you live a certain lifestyle, you're practicing that lifestyle. You're honing that skill. So if honing is your skill, if I want to do more than just fuck you, how is this going to work? The only skill you've honed is being a hoe. Do you understand this? And I'm speaking from a man, so yeah, if you're a girl, you're like, but men too. Yes, on your end, yes, men too. If all he's ever practiced is being a player, How the fuck can he now be anything more than just a dude you fucking that lives with you? How? Y'all are so fucking stupid just to prolong this no accountability phase of your life. This is so dumb. This is so fucking stupid. None of your business. None of your business. Okay, so let's say she's $250,000 in debt. Is that any of your business? It's her past, isn't it? Isn't it? Well, my bad. That's actually, if it's still there, it's the present. Never mind. It's true. I don't want to know about anything before me, but that's because I don't want you asking me about mine. LOL. Keeping secrets from your partner is not only just typical, it's funny. It's not only typical, it's funny. And I also realized something else a little earlier when I was watching Paternity Court, right? So she mentioned that this dude that was possibly the father, that when she was messing around, that he was, married. And I kind of caught the response of the, people, and, it jumped into my mind that this shit is funny now. Fucking a married person is just funny now. Like, no, like, principles are gone. They're just fucking gone. And anybody who questions this, like, now is, oh, you're just mad. You're just mad because you're not a part. Like, principles are fucking gone. Now it's just fun, fun, fun. And my ex told me he had me on a pedestal. He eventually broke up with me because I did something he didn't like. He said I came off the pedestal and didn't want to be with me anymore. Still kills me. I believe it. I fell off a pedestal once too. Honestly, sister, it is what it is, and we'll find better. Yeah, you're always going to find better. Eventually, one dick will turn into a king, because you get better men as you get older. You're 42. Um, I think the fear is rooted in the past becoming the present. That's an okay way to put it. She responds, I'm not really sure if it's fear. Like, men love differently and harder. I think it truly boils down to not wanting to see her in that light. I mean, well, they're both true. They're both true. I mean, they're not necessarily separate from one another. And the fact that she keeps admitting that men love a little harder, I think that the differently part is more of the truth than harder is. Well, or maybe they go hand in hand. Um, Again, it's been explained before. I probably am going to fuck up the summary here, but our love comes from what we can do. So, and that's in a general sense. So that's where our pride comes from, and so on and so forth. So now, when it comes down to our love for our family, we have to now the way that love comes out is when once something is accomplished, like I don't know, let's say house built, food brought home or some shit like that, and I was like, that's sense of accomplishment. That's how the love that we can show is, this is my job, you know, that's how, and that's kind of how we earn your love, because you know we have to do that. That's how you, again, like I said, I'm fucking this up like I thought I would. So, and that's kind of like why y'all seemingly don't love his heart, because You know, the whole hypergamy thing. I've seen chicks claim to love the shit out of a dude, but like the second something better pops up, like how many chicks you think love the hell out of a dude, but like as soon as bigger, shinier dude shows up, oh, I love him now. You know what I mean? So that I think that's what the whole different and harder thing is. All right, now that I've butchered that, agreed. I see no lie. Women and men love differently, place values on different things. The sooner we can accept this, the better. Yeah, I agree. The sooner people can understand what male and female love is and how it works, yeah, the better off. As soon as we get polygyny in place, the better off. It's not because they love hard. It's ego. Here we go. No one teaches men how to live life beyond that until he's grown and has to figure out how to do it himself. Do what? You just said it's not love, it's ego. So how are you now still talking about love hard? Are you saying because we not taught how to love hard, our ego comes in place instead of love? I need a little more detail on that before I can even comment on it. Gotta disagree with you there. Should he be able to deal with it the most if that's someone he truly loves? I think what he's saying is shouldn't he be able to deal with it the most than any other guy she's come in contact with? Which is basically saying the other dudes didn't love you like that. They was just dick and you was just something to fuck. But he's actually got emotion invested in you. Shouldn't he be able to deal with it the most? Which is backwards. I love you the most, so yeah, I guess. But see, here's the thing though. The way he's putting this is that her whole phase was basically a flaw. Because that's what you do with love. You love someone in spite of their flaws. That's partially how love works, right? So the fact that he's wording it like this, he's saying her whole phase was a flaw. But it can't be a flaw if it's something you've done purposely for however long you did it. So in that sense, no, I shouldn't be get over it the most or deal with it the most. I should absolutely say no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. If that's how you're wording it, and that sounds like how you're wording it to me. She asked, should he be being the operative phase? What the fuck? How do y'all word y'all sentences? Some women ain't strong enough to admit they were wrong about something and the guy was right. Ooh, why are you bringing that up, dude? That's why I never ask. Well, we know your answer. Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Again, she didn't say it, but I'm assuming that she does mean this. I don't know why we have to or are supposed to not care about your past. I will never understand this because y'all care about our past absolutely, as long as it was with just women. All right, how about this? How about we keep it with women, but we say he fucked 300 prostitutes? How would y'all take that? If you just go, you're not going to ask why he fucked 300 prostitutes. You're not going to ask if did they give it up for free or did you literally pay 300 prostitutes. You're not going to ask any of this. If you don't, look, I know name calling is not the answer for answers, but you're fucking stupid if you don't call that into question at all. Agreed. Men are highly emotional in a different sense. Here we go. And they absolutely cannot handle when a woman that they love plays the same game that they do. In fact, it's facts and not debatable. It takes a man who really knows themselves and who they are to be grown enough to handle a woman. See, here's the problem. Let's jump straight to the last comment there. Grown enough to handle a woman. Remember, we're talking about your sexual history. right? So you're saying that being a woman is synonymous with having this, by default, by the way, by default, a woman's sexual history is going to be chaotic and all over the place. Damn it. And if that's the case, why would, if that's the case, right, why would anyone ever commit to you? Why would a man ever commit to a woman if she, damn it, if she wasn't a hoe first? Why? So if a woman's in love with a guy and blah, 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 and he's in love with her, if he knows or he feels like she wasn't a hoe yet, doesn't by default he have to go, you know what? Yeah, no, go be a hoe first. Do you realize, you see how stupid that is? For men to be telling their girlfriends, you aren't a hoe, you're not hoe enough yet. Go hoe around some more and come back. That is fucking stupid. But let's keep going with that. They cannot handle a woman that plays the same game they do. See, here's this again. Here's this idea of men by default being players. Dude, it wouldn't make any. It wouldn't even. The numbers don't work out for that not to be the case. If men in general, which mean most men at least, were players and fucked a whole bunch of women, don't we kind of know that all of the other women fucked around too? Numerically, that's how that would work. And this wouldn't even be a conversation. Because it would just be people that's fucking people. Right? Right? So you can't assume that a guy, just because he was a guy, fucked a whole bunch of chicks. You cannot assume that. And why would I want somebody that's just like me? Just for the fuck of it. Why? So if a woman doesn't want a guy who's feminine and she's feminine, a woman, she can't handle a man that plays the same game she does. What? Why would she want that? And I'm not saying people can't have things in common, but this idea of you must want somebody that does shit you do. I also pay to pick up the tab on dates too, right? Right? Why is she deferring out of it? This reaching just to have no accountability is just it bucks the fuck out of me, dude. Just do what you do and stop being Captain Save-Up. True, if it's a long history. I don't know who the fuck just started this. They most definitely place us on a pedestal and are very disappointed when we don't meet the expectation that's been set for us. I want to know these dudes who are these grown ass men that's really still putting women on pedestals? I didn't do that shit since what? High school? I mean, even I was just thinking that, even after that, I wasn't thinking that everyone was a hoe, but I stopped the pedestal nonsense. I don't want to know shit. Anyone before me doesn't exist. Bro, how bad is it that it seems like men more and more often are going, I know it's bad. How fucked up is it? Very emotional subject. To imagine someone touching your queen. There we go with this queen king shit. I don't even dwell on or ask about a woman's past. Either she will lie about it or tell you too much info that will have you stuck in an emotional purgatory. And then she laughs at most of the time. 100% of the time? Y'all don't tell the real number. And let's think about the psychological effect of that. You can't downplay that. For you to be engaged in something, you won't admit to later. Which means you're engaging in something you deem wrong yourself. That has to be playing a huge role negatively on your psyche. It has to be. You can't tell me it is. You can't tell me it's not. You can't. You can't be living in a life that you can't admit exists and it's not fucking with your mind. You can't tell me that. You got to be some kind of a fucked up person at the end of the day. I disagree. I am, unless you're a virgin, then I might be stressed. What? All you're saying is men are extremely possessive and controlling of women they're madly in love with, and in no way, shape, or form is this exclusive to men. Most women are like that too, and I have a strong feeling you're conflating infatuation and love. The two aren't the same. Oh, that reminds me of something. I remember seeing this tweet by this chick who gave a list about a guy saying he's cute, he's smart, he's intelligent, he's a whole bunch of shit. And then she says, I just know he has a big dick. Yeah, I just know he does. And then some chick responded with, because God wouldn't give us nothing less. Right? And I remember this other post a year back before I started making YouTube videos. And I wish I had the screen recorder then because I would have covered it. But she mentioned somewhere how men talk about women's bodies and then flipped it later on in the tweet because it was a long ass tweet. And she mentioned these kings have big dicks, right? So women size us up and put us on pedestals, but their sexual history for us is our dick size for them. So it happens on both sides, just with different things, different expectations in different areas. So let's not make this like men are the only predators or perpetrators or whatever of this way of thinking and this way of acting, whatever. If she getting a train ran on and had one, nope, I am not mad. Look, first, fellas, let's address this train thing. All right, I remember this video I've seen on Facebook where this had to be an abandoned house with like just a raggedy ass mattress in there, and it was like it was a bunch of dudes. They had to be in high school too, and they was all surrounding this chick on this mattress, and they was like taking turns like fucking this chick, and like they like, just standing there with their dicks out. It's like that is so awkward for me. Like I'm trying to get down, and you're just like over there, like just so ever so lightly masturbating. Come on, like at least turn around. They were like facing them and looking. No, turn around. It's just a weird thing for me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a shy person. There's loving someone and accepting them for who they are, and then there's being in love, which is where you fill the gaps in, like you said. The funny thing is, I love hearing about my wife's sexual past. It's a turn on. We kind of use it to enhance our sexual life. She, however, does not want to know about mine, so it works. How the fuck does that work? So you just be hitting like, oh yeah, he did what? I'm gonna do it harder. Ugh. Like, is this you just turn into a competition while you in there? That's weird. That's weird. I just because you still have to think about that guy, and that's all right, I guess. If a man comes into a relationship with a woman that already has children, you can bet her sexual past was tasteful. A real man knows what's up. Ain't nothing to be uptight about, G. But why'd you bring children into it? She doesn't have to have children to have the sexual past. Especially with, abortion around that they keep begging for. And here's the thing, ladies. About this abortion thing, I used to be on your side to like recent years. Guys was like, who gives a fuck? I mean, because for one, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that y'all don't give a fuck about the dads involved, even if they are dudes who want to be in their child's life. I've learned that doesn't mean shit to y'all. If I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna kill him. I wish I had recorded it when this chick posted it, because she was retweeting it when she asked the question, and chicks was just laughing about it. Good, yeah, if I want to kill a baby, I'm gonna fuck kill it. You ain't. If I got a future and blah blah blah. You ain't. It's my body. I'm just like fucking savages. But anyway, I used to be on your side with this shit until I realized this. Damn. So that's why I'm so like that about abortion. Like, just Jesus fucking Christ. I've handled it fine. We both accept each other's past. I could argue that some men aren't strong enough, but they're probably just insecure, have unresolved trust issues, and have an unrealistic belief that the woman they will spend the rest of their life with was a nun before they met. No, 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 no. Here you go with that wordplay again. Listen, it doesn't have to be. First of all, unrealistic. Nobody expects a woman to be a nun. We know that the time we live in. We understand that. But there's a difference between being a nun, a virgin, and being just drug across the Atlantic. There's a difference there. All right. And this whole strong enough thing and insecure and can we put a stop to the nonsense? Listen, I'm not. Listen, I think insecurities isn't by default negative or a bad thing. I forget the meaning of insecure, but I'm not gonna bother to look it up. But if you have a fear about something, that fear isn't always irrational. See, insecure has become this word, one of those words that you can throw at somebody, and they by default have to. No, that's not me. I love that stuff. Stop using that word as if it's the end all be all, and it can be used to shut somebody the fuck up. Ladies, if you can literally just use certain code words at your man, and he has to obey whatever you say or shut the fuck up. Really? Do you really want to be there with that guy? Seriously. There's all the shit y'all talk about having a man. Y'all really want to be able to be with, y'all wouldn't want to be with that guy that you can just use a word or two and you got him. I'll say this. I don't care who was before me as long as there's no one during me. That's it. That's all. She got a pass. I got a pass. No one's perfect. Normally, I'd agree with you. I was able to reach a level of transparency where we were able to talk about whatever, and it honestly brought us closer. I said, I will look. I said, I will. I said, will you look at that? This what honestly does, eh? She tried this out sooner. Here's my thing about it. I understand now. Like I've learned the last 5-6 months when that shit hit Twitter, that looked like when that dude said they all hoes. They all hoes. They all hoes. So I personally have made a decision of no. No, 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 no. The guy I was in the past, like I was a huge simp in the past, right? I mean, just I don't even want to tell the stories; they're so embarrassing. But no more, no more. All right, y'all getting fucked behind trash cans, parking lots, all this shit. I kind of be damned if I have to go through a whole bunch of shit. Like the relationship guy. I sat down on Riley's show, but I couldn't verbalize it because of work. But you know, when you're the relationship guy, meaning the guy who you get really your sex inside relationships, and then you realize the world that is out there, you kind of go, fuck this. I'm not working this hard for this, especially when it's free. So yeah, the sexual history, you can say it all you want. It's not going to make me go, no, I'm not dealing with you. No, listen, you're going to get a little effort from me anyway at this point. Because what am I putting in effort for? I'll do the things I still enjoy doing, but it's not going to be to obtain some type of like relationship and shit, or to grab attention or anything in that manner. So to answer the question myself, nah, you're never there is no pedestal. I threw that shit away. I didn't even take it to the pawn shop to see if I can get something for it. I just threw the pedestal the fuck away. There is no pedestal. For who? When women generalize and speak for men, I know women who have a past, and I know men who love and marry them anyway. So you are absolutely right. But when a boy turns into a man, he has to understand that another man done glaze his girl's buns. Why do I have to be a man? Why do I have to understand that and get over it? Because that's what he left out. What he left out is you got to realize that's been done to him to get the fuck over it. Why do I have to get over that? This is really long, so I'm gonna read these last two here. Well, these last three. This is true. It's why I don't care to hear about it. It has nothing to do with me. If you're truly interested in a woman, then knowing how, why she's single won't matter. What the fuck's you got to do with it? I don't understand. Are you saying that even though she's single, she's still fucking? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand the point of that. Yeah, nah. I don't want to hear that shit. Maybe I will start writing scripts and comparing myself depending on my mood. Let me live. This is mostly true. Although, that shouldn't have been a period. That should have been a comma, but whatever. I happen to have been friends and still am friends with my ex-wife's boyfriend. I actually push her towards it. Depends on the person. Why the fuck is that? How's that relevant? You are her past. What are you talking about? Jeez. Look. You know what? Again, here we go with the insecurity. All right. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Be right, not positive. I'm out.